Hey, CEFC, Pastor Dan here. We're looking at First Hebrews, Hebrews 1. Yesterday we looked at verses 1 and 2. I want to pick up again at verse 3 because yesterday we talked a little bit about how Jesus is supreme over the prophets and he is the one by whom God created all things. So again, lifting Jesus up on his incredible status, incredible level of authority and honor and glory. And he keeps making that same point, the author of Hebrews, in verse 3, following through verse 5. It starts here. He is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the word of his power. After making purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the majesty on high, having become as much superior to angels as the name he has inherited is more excellent than theirs. For to which of the angels did God ever say, "You are my son, today I have begotten you"? Or again, "I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son"? So we're making these consistent statements about the incredible importance of Jesus. Let's just review them together. One, he is the radiance of the glory of God. God is this Father who in the Old Testament, when he is, let's say for instance, meeting with Abraham or with Moses, he cannot be seen. He cannot be looked at face to face. He is so radiant, so holy, so other that if you look at him, you would die. And yet Jesus is the radiance of the glory of God. It's this incredible proximity of all of this that was so, I dare say, feared as well as revered in the Old Testament. And he's the exact imprint of his nature. It is really confusing sometimes serving a Trinitarian God. And we can't get into that all this morning, but just to understand that even though there's three persons, Jesus shares the same nature with the Father. And so does the Spirit who speaks, is speaking on behalf of them both. And the commonality and they're the same nature, they're very imprint. And we talked yesterday about Jesus being the creator of all things. He also upholds the universe by the word of his power. So you can read through the textbooks and learn about all kinds of amazing things about how electrons work and atoms work and all these things. And yet at the end, there's always this mystery of power, of creation and how things are maintained. And though we don't understand it, we know the name. It's Jesus. He is holding the very fabric of the universe together. And then it goes on to compare him to the angels. So we talked about the prophets yesterday and how the prophets were highly revered as the voice of God. And the angels, which means messengers, those were the embodiment of God's power. They would come with messages similar to the prophets, but come in incredible power and might. And they also came in judgment sometimes, or they came to bring support or ministry or otherwise, but fearsome and powerful. And yet Jesus ranks so far above them all. It's not even a comparison. It says, having become as much superior to the angels as name he has inherited. Jesus is God's son. And therefore, he is in a unique position above all powers, all principalities, all things that could possibly bear influence on our lives. There's still angels out there, and there's demons, and there's all these other things. But Jesus reigns so supreme. And he's not just number one. He's everything else, and then number one so far above, he leaves the camera shot. He is far above all of these names, all of these powers, all of the things we can hope in. And I hope that encourages you as you've placed your trust in him. There's other things that influence this world, powers, principalities, as well as government, state, federal, up and down, left and right, and all of them have a place and a role and a service to render. And Jesus is a name above all others. Let's remember that as we go about our day. Let's remember that as we set our priorities. Let's remember that as we worship and dedicate the lives we've been given for that which matters most. Love you. Hope to see you soon. Hope you're well. God bless.